of Apple Bites. This is our weekly Monday show where you can see our favorite host, Rafael Tavares Jr., Leslie Strand, and Kat. Look at that. So let's get in. Oh, fabulous.
Hello, Apple Bites. Yes, it's your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from Apple Bites, when we take some bites of the apple and share it with you. And today we
Like
got
birds, like how birds feed their babies.
Exactly
like that.
You got to regurgitating information which you guys want to hear.
That makes it easily digestible.
Exactly. There you go. So we got Russ from Game of Toons and Matta Sorcier hanging out here, having fun, and talking about Kickstarters, comic books, and a plethora of geekery.
And also looking forward to sleeping.
Exactly. You got, what, 4 hours left on that?
My God, yeah. 4 or 5. I think last I checked it was at 5. It's ending at like 1 a.m. tonight. I picked a very strange time for some reason. Because I was like,
That's actually a pretty good time.
I usually end at like midnight, but I was like, let's see what happens if we go till 1 a.m.
You probably get that one extra person who goes, oh, it's still on.
Oh, I hope so. My God. It would be so worth it.
So Russ, I know you're finally done with your Game of Toons boop battles.
It just ended, yes.
Is that more sleep for you because you're not getting all those notifications?
Nah, well, I turn those off. At night. Yeah.
Good on you.
I turn them off. I wake up and I check it when I wake up. So but yeah, it's gonna make my days a little less interesting now.
You could just do more.
I could do more. Well, I think I had mentioned that I was thinking about possibly doing a battle with my other little character, the blip characters. So doing like the same style thing, but like try to get those battling out.
I can see it.
Wait. So you have blips and you have bloops. You need to explain the difference now.
Well, okay, bloops were my original thing from years back, and the reason I called them bloops is because of the eyes, because I thought they looked like fish eyes. The fish make bloop sound, so it's kind of went with bloops. Blips are kind of a newer thing, and they're like little tiny, like cute, I guess chibi style.
Oh, we're losing
little characters. So I thought it was a really cute little name.
Yep,
and I wanted to kind of go with the bloops too. So like bloops and bloops.
I think you did a good job because you got bloops and you got blips. Kind of reminds me of Spaceballs.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect combination for me.
I thought so. I like it. I like silly stuff like that. So.
All right, I always like those little in-joke type of things. So definitely.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been a fight and a half today. I think the biggest fight was the Genji fight in the beginning. But I feel
this one might have topped it.
Okay.
This one was up there.
Damn. Yeah, because my friends were telling me that they will vote and it wasn't doing anything.
Oh, with the number.
Yeah, so they will put the vote in and they didn't see any movement.
Oh no. This election is rigged.
Yeah. I swear it is not. It is not.
And the only I realized this from all the ones we've done before is that when the battling or the voting is intense, you need more votes in order to get it to do things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it was the same thing with the Denji battle, because it was barely moving anywhere.
Yeah,
you put it in the vote, it was like.
Yeah, I guess as you get more, it's just gonna move ever so slightly. So, especially like with this, where it was just like, honestly, like throughout the day, it was just one vote. Like I'd look, it'd be like Ashby had one vote, and then it'd be like Luigi would move ahead. One vote,
that thing was stressing me out all day. I was like, no, yes, no, yes, and I'm like, okay, my daughter. I was telling my friends, I was like, oh, my daughter wants Luigi to win.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to check it and see how we did.
Oh, is there still time? Is that what
So
it is?
I believe it is ended.
Ah,
I just have
nuts.
not checked it.
So Nat, do you still
all
have the
we need
list?
you to do is open the thing. You want me to pull up the list?
Yeah, because we kind of
The,
sucked.
the list is entirely wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We kind of sucked at predicting this. We all our predictions. The only thing that came true was the fact that I said if the Ash guys show up, this is going to be a tough fight. If the Luigi guys show up, this is going to be a tough fight. If the Iron Giant guys show up, it's going to be a tough fight. And all that happened, but that was all the ifs I said. Because those fan bases just were going wild. This is almost as startling as when what was it? Oh, it was the Invader Zim battle from what, last year.
Yeah,
Nah, I
yeah,
don't think
It
so.
came out of nowhere.
I don't think so.
It is as startling as that. It's just that it's not one person. There we go.
I don't think so.
So this is where we ended up at the end of it, and then
This was last week.
yeah, this is where we ended up, and now Elf is gone.
Bye
Wednesday's
Wednesday.
gone. Ghost
Bye.
Rider's gone. Ghost Rider's
Goodbye.
gone. And as you can tell, we didn't think Ash was going to go anywhere near this. We did have Luigi as a likely win, but that was because we figured that the movie's out now, so people were going to vote for him.
Also, if you don't vote for Luigi, you have no soul. So
You know, the one person I was just telling Russ in the green room that Roaming Tony was like, I had a campaign going on, don't vote for Luigi. He was like mudslinging. He was doing a lot of different.
how dare!
Memes.
Oh my god, you should see all the memes that Roaming Tony put up.
I went to his page and checked it out. It was pretty funny.
Oh my god, it was hilarious. I was entertained just by the fact that Tony kept putting something up. I was like, okay, what else is he gonna put up?
Yeah.
You know, he was calling Luigi all sorts of names.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see if I can find a couple because these have to be seen.
I have them.
You got them?
Yeah, I could get them.
Oh yeah, Roaming Tony did a great job. It felt like it was an actual election.
Oh my goodness.
I don't
I
know.
love seeing that. I love seeing everyone kind of doing that thing. So putting stuff out there.
Oh, dude, Tony's like when it was Luigi versus Wednesday because he picked Wednesday. He really went out there. He was like, I'm gonna make sure that Luigi loses because I picked Wednesday.
What if it's one of those things where, like, the more slander he puts against Luigi, the more people want to vote for him?
That's what he said. He said that he's probably putting all this out there, and people go, "No, we're gonna vote for Luigi." You see this?
It's ridiculous.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, it was a lot of fun. As you can tell, we had a lot of fun with the game with this Bloop battles this year. But we always have fun with it. So now, let's see. There we go. All right. So Russ,
Reveal time.
it's time to reveal the winner.
Okay.
Reveal that Luigi won.
Yeah.
We will see. Like I said, this is I don't know because I did not look at it. I was waiting for now. So I'm pulling it up right now.
Drum roll.
$2 Luigi won.
All right.
I'll be surprised if Luigi won only because how tough the battle's been all day.
Wow. And
A pizza from Mike's for if Luigi won.
what?
He's like a pizza from Mike's if Luigi won.
So it was a big push, and it's a 13 vote difference now, and it is official. Season 5 winner is Luigi.
Yes. You'll love to hear it.
Wow, that was a big push at the end there. 13 votes.
Yeah, because it was like this at the end. Like when I last saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get some friends to come in here.
That was a crazy, and I honestly like that. I am super happy that Luigi won. Actually, with the final two, I would have, if I don't vote on these unless it's a tiebreaker thing. I would have voted for Luigi.
Oh, so is that why Genji lost?
That was a big fight. It was a great fight, actually.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to do any tiebreakers. So, actually, I think out of all 5 seasons, I've only had to do one tiebreaker, and that was like the first one I did, I think.
So how I'm tongue tied now because Luigi won. So comparing the votes from year to year, how did it how different were they?
I mean, like, so it really depends on like the fandoms and who comes out, because like this last battle was pretty big. And then like the Denji battle was super huge, but the rest of them were kind of average. But I mean, in the past, like when I had like Marvin and Invader Zim, like there was 2 sides that were like pretty strong fandoms. So I had some pretty big battles on those in those areas. And there was one earlier with like, I remember like Hulk Hogan there. He like there was a big push. He didn't make it to the finals, but he made it pretty far because some I had people behind him like pushing and sharing and getting people on there. So and Louise Bob's Burgers, that I had like a Bob's Burgers fan page, like go out there and like just share it. I just had tons of just Bob's Burgers people coming through.
Dude, that was I surprised that all of us. We were like, oh, okay. I gotta admit, I'm
involved with this one.
I'm happy you did put out Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
Classic.
And then he lost in season 2 on round 1.
So the ones that have been you've done so far is Mario, Optimus.
Yes.
Wait, no, Mario never won.
He didn't win. I did make him into a pin, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I have all the stats for each winner and loser and by how much they lost by.
Oh, wow.
I gotta admit, now that I'm looking at Indy, I forgot how good Indy looked.
Next, like when I have the next one, I'll probably do the same thing with like, any characters you want to see come back, or new characters, and try to implement them. So I mean, obviously ones that I have already made, those are easy to throw into the mix because they're already done. So
Ghost Spider needs to be just retired. She's been in many of these.
I think you either need to make the print, the pin. You either need to make the pin or retire.
Well, I basically wanted to give her one because I really like the design of the character. So I wanted to give her one more shot because I feel like she was not given a fair shake. But I said that to him, like, if she doesn't make it this time, then that's going to be it for, unless I have like a in the future, like a Biggest Losers type of thing,
That could be fun.
She would definitely qualify. She lost 3 times now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So let me see. So you've had 5 battles. So who won the first one?
I have those results. Luis got season 1.
All right.
Season 2 was Optimus.
There you go.
Season 3 was Great Puff from Ghostbusters.
Right.
Amazing. I did not expect that.
Lastly was Invader Zim. And now, with today, Luigi.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Dude, these designs you have are fantastic, though.
Thank you.
These are good groups.
I love scrolling through. How the hell did I do so many of them?
It's great that you can still recognize like what character it is, despite like it being in a completely like different style from the original style.
Yeah, so some are tougher than others. I know. There's been some debate with like the Pikachu, but it was a tough one to get him to look like Pikachu and be cute and stay with the style. So.
I gotta admit, the double ones are always cute, but I feel because he was so small, you had a lot of trouble with him, right?
Yeah, well, no, I mean the size doesn't really matter too much. It's more of he's not super humanoid. He's more of like a pill shape, I guess. So
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
yeah, so it was a little bit. But I mean, my thought with this though is like I thought it'd be kind of cool to have if he did win, it would be like my Mando Grogu set. It'd be
Right.
2 pins, be a regular size pin and a tiny pin.
Because I know you have a couple of these double ones.
I just have as far as pins go, I just have the one set.
I thought you had
Mando.
two.
No, not double pins. No.
So the Invader Zim is just one.
Oh yeah, that's just a single pin. I
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could swear it's two.
Yeah, no, I did that as one because I liked how it laid out like that, so I just kept it as is.
Okay. So I see that roaming Tony the sore loser is here. We were talking about the campaign you had, Tony.
Congratulations, Luigi. I did what I could, man.
It's so funny because Tony's on the side going, "Hey, what's up? I'll jump in." And then, of course, Josh himself showed up going, "Hello."
Oh, it's
He's
Josh.
just joshing.
Hey, Josh. I love Josh.
We love Josh here, yeah.
He's my favorite part of the Izzyverse.
Exactly. He's just joshing.
Exactly.
Dude, this was so much fun. I know that I introduced a lot of new people to the Game of Toons universe because they would come back and go, dude, I love these pins thing that he has. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm like, happy you voted him, happy you like him. Yay.
I appreciate all the support. I'm hoping everyone had fun. I definitely had fun. I love just watching it too. So
Denji lost too early and unfairly.
well, there's always a chance for him to come back, you know.
We tried with Denji, man. We tried.
They worked. I gotta admit, they worked their asses off with Denji.
We did it. Like against Luigi, I was on my own, but we were all trying to get to
because you were trying to go for it. You first tried Wednesday, and then you tried going Ash and Pikachu.
Yeah, man.
Well, I know my daughter's gonna be happy because she had me use my Arc Raphael account to say I vote for Luigi. So she actually won the pin, and she's gonna be really happy.
I think you're the only one. I think you're the only one who voted for Luigi.
Wow, really?
I think so. I gotta go double check, but I'm pretty sure you're the only one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be funny. She's gonna be happy to hear that too. She go, "You're the only one that won."
If anything, there might just be two.
They might. Yeah, I gotta go take a look and see. I seem to recall you having the only Luigi though.
Wow.
Yeah, because everybody was voting for everything else. It was like I remember there was a bunch of Ash people that were there. I know there was a bunch of Denji people. I know them.
I remember seeing like one person say the max. That was
one
like,
person said the max.
Where are you coming from with the max?
Well, you know, the guys from the 90s that were nostalgic about the max were happy that Russ put him in there. So I thought they might like push him through, but
yeah, you never know. Like strange things happen, you know. So
I'm surprised Iron Giant did as well as he did. I mean, it's like one movie a long time ago.
Yeah, but he has a nostalgic following. That's what I was saying.
Wow.
Oh, but Megatron didn't get that. Megatron lost hands down to Ghost Rider.
That just makes me sad. I wanted Megatron to go far.
I remember Sorcier, you were like, I want Megatron to win.
Of course I do. I'm happy that I saw Skeletor in like a past season. Like you should bring back Skeletor.
Yeah,
Skeletor was my childhood hero, which is a lot about me.
See, it's funny because I had him on the list to come back on this one, but then I had Ghost Rider, which I wanted to put on there, and was there another skull? But I didn't want to. I tried to make it so there's not too many like skulls, too many this, yeah. So maybe next one I'll bring him back.
Excellent.
Uh-oh, here we go. It's Izzyverse. He's saying,
Hey, the
"Hey,
weekly
everyone."
poll list is here on the Ben Apple. Izzyverse is going to come on and tell us the poll list.
You trying to get Izzy to come on?
If he wants to tell us his favorite comic, and it better be Bionicle issue number 1.
What? Bionicle?
Favorite of all time?
Ooh, that's not good. My computer just did this whole weird thing here.
Oh, Ralph is disappearing. He's fading into.
Okay, good. I'm here saying it. I'm like, my computer's doing this whole weird thing over here. I'm like, I don't think they heard me.
No, we heard you.
He's fallen into the void. Dinner time.
Look. Izzy says,
that's right. Come
time.
On into the Ben Apple Diner and eat your fair share of Ben Apples.
Hell no.
I don't know what that hell no was in response to.
Spaghetti mushrooms.
Joy.
Spaghetti mushrooms. Luigi won.
Luigi won. Oh my god.
It's okay, roaming sore loser.
Foiled again.
Foiled again.
So, throughout this whole,
I mean, I love Luigi. That was all in good fun. I got nothing against Luigi, but I was having a good time. Everybody loves Luigi.
I gotta say that
that's a crazy. Those are uphill battles. I knew it, but you know.
Yeah. Tony is a big Luigi fan. So that's why I thought the whole campaign was so funny, because I know how much of a Luigi fan he is. And he's saying all this bad stuff about Luigi.
I mean, the best way to trash any character is to be their fan, because you know something thinks about it. So
he's saying anything Adam Warlock, and Nate's not so great. I think he's coming back at you for all those times that you go on his show and do the same thing, Matt.
Listen, he could read my Dojin that's right here. He could go read it.
I'm gonna put you up. Hold on.
Just read it right there. Right there. Just read it.
So Nat, tell everybody why you picked that Raton name, because I think it's a funny story.
I don't know what Raton is. That's Nathan.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing they told me. That's Nathan. I'm gonna tell you the same thing they told me.
Oh my god, I can't believe that somebody actually called you that, thinking that's your name.
Not called. They wrote it on a cup.
Oh my god. Oh, so you were like at Starbucks or something?
I don't think it was a Starbucks, but it was very similar, yes.
Ralph, didn't you used to work at Starbucks?
Because they always get people's name wrong.
Didn't you used to work at Starbucks?
Exactly. Ralph used to work at a Starbucks. Ralph wrote people's names wrong.
Did you get Nathan this cup?
I had to hire you so I can do that.
Yes, Izzy. Yes, that is the new catchphrase now.
This is the orange. This is the red card. This is the new continuity.
What's the new catchphrase? I can't see it.
This is the red card.
Izzy saying, "I'm my new anime. Than nothing." That's a great anime name.
Oh no.
Bit Apple Zero, the origin.
That time I died and was reincarnated less than nothing.
That is strangely profound.
Oh my god.
Great anime.
That's just geeking out.
Great anime title right there. I might just change the name to that.
Nothing. I like that, actually. It does sound like a good anime name.
Yeah, it's my isekai title.
All right. There you go.
So yes,
now pre-prepared
this whole event. What do you feel you have learned the most?
What?
Ralph can't hear me. Ralph can't hear me.
I'm going in and out over here. That's why I'm about to give the stage to Sorcier so she can say her thing.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it
Apparently.
because I have a feeling I'm about to disappear in a minute.
Oh no. Jeez. I've done this like 4 weeks in a row, and I'm like, what do I say? I'm you're never prepared when someone's like, it's your turn. You're like, oh no, what do I say? Like the
Look,
brain
you
just
do
suddenly
who
goes
you
blank.
are, what you do, where we can find you, and then what convention this is.
That's what we do in the conventions.
All right, fair. I'm Matta Sorcier, self-taught artist and writer from Bronx, New York. I am currently kickstarting a trade paperback version of my comic called Sacrimony, A Tale of Love, Life, and Death in no particular order. And it's about a girl who died, but then she got better. And the catch is that she has no memory of her past, she has magical powers, and she has demon wings that she now has to hide from society.
She got better. That still gives me a kick.
I'm glad. I hope it never gets old because I'm going to be saying this for like the next 70 years.
Dude, it's a great tagline. I love it. I think you just need to keep saying it. She got better. Because I feel like it should attract attention. It's like, she got better. What does that mean? I gotta say, you've had a pretty good jump here because I saw it earlier this week, and you were closer to 3,000 than you are to 4,000. Now you're closer to 4,000.
Yeah, I'm hoping that by the end we cross the 4,000 mark so we can unlock the sticker stretch goal, and every physical backer gets a sticker, and also digital backers get it as a digital postcard because I don't like to leave out my digital backers. They are also MVPs. So yeah, we're super close to the bonus sticker. We've hit the first milestone, which was 80 backers. So like, I have a lot of friends who make a lot of comics. They were nice enough to donate like their first issue to throw together as like a big comics bundle. So
cool.
Yeah, like physical and digital backers will get digital comics. I haven't counted them yet. There's like there's somewhere between 5 to 10 comics in there, but like, hey, you get free comics.
That's a pretty good bundle. Here we go, right here, 80 backers.
Yeah,
free comics.
I kind of wanted to and didn't want to get to the 105 mark because then it's like you get to see my very old, embarrassing art from 2017.
I remember this.
Yeah, like it would have been fun to show people, but also like I have regrets about that. But I mean, you know what? We've got 5 hours. Anything can happen. I'd love to get to at least like 90 by tonight. That would be pretty cool.
Maybe just because you're like, no, don't get there. Everybody's gonna be like, let's get there because she doesn't want us to get there.
Yeah, right. Reverse psychology. No, oh no. I hope that I don't have to show my old embarrassing art to people. Oh no.
It's like Tony and his Luigi campaign.
Yeah, right.
I think it worked the opposite. Oh man.
I probably made people just angry enough to vote.
Rage voting.
Oh man. Good fun.
Dude, I gotta say that the art looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I think people really should check this book out. It looks fantastic. It looks like you put a lot of passion into this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's something that I had planned since like I was a little like preteen, and it just kind of stuck with me for like the past 26 years or so. And like, I thought I'd grow out of it, and I didn't, because every so often like the idea would keep popping up in my head, like, hey, remember me? I'm that cool comic idea you had. So it's like, it's good to finally do it and have it out in the world. It's super satisfying to be able to have like a trade paperback version of like the first arc altogether, because this is going to be like 180 pages.
Whoa.
So yeah, I did a lot of work over the past 2 years, you guys. Like a lot of time and love was put into this. It's a great story. It's kind of like the story for people who are tired of like heroes saving the world from villains, and if you want something that feels a bit more like realistic and grounded, where you're watching people kind of deal with being dealt this bad hand in life, like this woman is like stuck with a kid that she never particularly wanted, and it's like she has this whole struggle of like, what do I do now? Like, do I leave her here? Do I take her with me? And she's got a conscience, so she takes the kid with her, and she's kind of like phoning in the parenting at this point, sadly. And it's something that people don't like to talk about, I guess, where it's like, someone has a kid that they never wanted to have, and then they have to deal with it, and it's like, they're automatically just like, oh, you're a bad mom for not like, doing all the things a loving mother should. But it's also like, like, does someone just give up their entire identity when they become a parent? Do they stop like wanting things of their own and having their own dreams and stuff? And it's like there's a lot of complicated moral grayness that happens throughout the story that's like if you like people watching and just seeing what happens and it happens to be in a fantasy world where people can wield deadly magic and the gods are like intervening in people's lives and stuff, like absolutely check it out. Like if you're looking for something that's just like I don't know, like people have said it's unique. I'm sure there are lots of stories out there like it. Like folks have said that it felt like Saga, where it's like you're kind of watching like a family struggle with
Right.
just getting by and like finding I can't talk. And finding acceptance. Like it's definitely that kind of story. Like if you're looking for something that's like, fast-paced, action-packed with lots of fight scenes, like you're not going to find it here. There's definitely violence, but like I play up the violence in a way where it's just like to show how horrible violence is as opposed to like showing like, oh, someone did like a cool flip kick or whatever. Like it's more of a realistic type of violence where like you don't get, 10-page fight scenes, but you'll get like a group of people being lit on fire in like one page. And you will actually see the people on fire because like that's how I roll.
Do we get a Waffle House chair switch maneuver or no?
I don't know the reference for that.
You're gonna have to explain it now, Nat.
Yeah.
So, do you know why Waffle House is the best place to go see a real authentic fight?
No, I don't.
You should look up Waffle House fights. And the legendary. There was a customer who was just so mad she picked up one of the Waffle House chairs, threw it at one of the Waffle House employees. The employee, without blinking, caught it backhand, flipped it, and swung it around.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening as long as it's not like, this epic fight scene where people are flipping around and twirling and stuff. Like,
oh no, it wasn't like that. It was just a really cool moment where she caught the chair in midair and tossed it.
Mad respect.
Exactly. Dude, this looks fantastic. It actually looks like a fantasy comic book.
Thank you. What's funny is when I was doing a story comic podcast last week, like his daughter came on after the show was over and we were like chit-chatting and like he showed his daughter my art and she was like, wow, that looks like real art from a real comic book. And I was like, yes, I've made it, everyone. I've hit the big leagues.
That's the moment.
That's the moment, like straight from a child's mouth.
Yeah, because children have no filter.
Yep.
That's a compliment and a half right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the art looks beautiful. The books look amazing. And it's funny because usually fantasy comics don't usually have all that violence. It happens like sporadically in it. It's usually about the settings and the world and what all the stuff you're trying to find out and figure out.
Yeah, I mean, there's different, like, I guess, subgenres where it's like some is about like a band of heroes who are out to save the world, and then there's others that are more of like dealing with court intrigue with like royalty and all that stuff. You're not getting any of that here. You're just getting a bunch of people who have no idea how the hell they're gonna get through life, and you get to watch them like, have all of these struggles and try to find their place. Like, yeah, I mean, there's still violence, there's still some fighting, but it's not like, the main attraction. Like, someone gets hit, whatever. That's just
like this guy right here, man. Ooh, this looks painful.
Yep.
He got just cracked in the back of the head
and fell down the cliff.
Woohoo!
I like the colors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, that's another thing that like people have told me, that they don't see this much color in like fantasy stories.
No.
Usually it's that sort of like gray and brown, kind of like dirty looking fantasy. And I'm like, I grew up like in a Caribbean family, so like I've just grown up around color all my life. There was no way that I'm not gonna incorporate that into my comics.
And yeah, you got beautiful colors in here. Just breathtaking.
Ah, thank you.
It goes all the cards. They look fantastic, by the way.
Oh man, I can't wait to get like the physical cards and just hold them and like cuddle them while I sleep because I will absolutely. I've always wanted to do tarot cards for like the longest time. So like it's nice to be able to have some, even if it's just like 6 cards, just to be like, all right, this is what I have. This is amazing.
So
It's a start.
you can get a bundle with everything in it for $100.
Hmm.
Damn.
You get the trade paperback and also the single issues, like the original single issues, which are
Damn.
now, yeah, they're collectibles because they're not going to be printed anymore. Because I have the trade paperback now. I don't need to have like 5 separate books.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's for whoever wants to collect the covers and stuff because the covers, I put a lot of work into them. They're beautiful, like they're art.
Did you put the covers into the trade paperback?
That was going to be a stretch goal because it costs money to add more pages.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, like I would love to do it, but I'm already at 180 pages, so we're looking at like something for me that's going to be very expensive to print, especially because I can only do it in small quantities because I'm not like, a rich dude who can print like thousands of comics.
Now
Like
that you're mentioning that, we can talk about this for a minute. Because I tell people all the time that because you put a certain goal in your Kickstarter, that doesn't mean that's all the money you need.
right. Yeah, I mean that's like the bare minimum for me to print like 50 books and like pay for shipping, pay for getting the ISBN code to put on the back of the book so it's like a legit book.
Right.
So anything above that is always welcome. It helps me out because then maybe I get to have some leftover money to buy some cat food. I have 2 cats, so one of them is allergic to almost everything, so I have to get him very specific food. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so I had the sponsor a page thing at $250 because like that's my page rate for making comics. Like obviously I put a lot of detail. It takes me a very long time to make these
Yes.
pages. So the sponsor page is if anybody wants to pay me fairly for at least 1 page of this comic, like they get a metal print of the page that they help bring to life. They also
Nice.
get credit in the PDF in the thank you section as a page sponsor, and they get my eternal gratitude.
Dude,
Which is the most important thing.
Some of these little like the 165 original covers pencil sketch, these are pretty good ideas.
Thanks. Yeah, because you know what? It has to do with the fact that I don't trust myself to keep my own artwork safe. So I would rather have somebody buy it and have it go to like a nice loving home where it'll be like framed and put on display than just sitting here in the utter chaos that is my room. Like I don't trust myself to store my things properly, especially because like this sounds kind of weird, but I don't value my own work the same way that other people do, as in like my satisfaction isn't in like the end product, it's in the process of making the thing. So it's like, all right, well I get to do this, I get to learn a new technique, I get to do whatever, and then it's like once it's done, it's done. It's like whatever, I just put it away, I don't want to see it. Like so having somebody who actually appreciates it and wants to look at it all the time and stuff and like will get joy from looking at it, like it's better off at someone else's house.
I know exactly what you're saying. Like, and it's funny because people go, "Oh, you have all your writings in like a nice place," and start like, no, not at all.
No.
I know I've lost some writings that I've done just by looking around. I can tell you that there's things that are probably in the garbage somewhere or lost, or I'm never gonna see again.
Yeah, it's because it's like it was never about the end result. It was about the whole journey,
Exactly.
as cliche as it sounds. So it's like once you're done, you're just like, I'll just put it away. I'll forget about it, whatever.
And it's funny because I know what happens with me too is that there's certain pieces that I'm going, oh, I like this. And then, there's other pieces that, you have and they're probably good, but you judge them in a certain way.
Yeah. Or it's not even like, oh, this is bad, but you're just kind of like indifferent.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that. I remember I did that story about this. And yeah, oh my God, Ralph. I'm like, it was just part of the journey. And that comes up a lot because I know, especially as artists, you guys have that a lot because you guys are getting better and better and better and better. So I know there's certain things that you guys aren't even looking at that that's probably excellent work, but to you it's like, oh, that was just me trying to learn this.
Yeah, or it's like even looking at things from like 2 or 3 years ago, I'm just like, oh man, I could do so much better now. But to someone else, it's still going to be like the most amazing thing they've ever seen. And I don't think we stop enough to think, like, to actually think about that, where
No,
like your mediocrity could be like someone else's inspiration, and
definitely.
that's pretty powerful.
It is pretty powerful, and it says a lot about what we do. And speaking of that, I had to show this off. It's the $300 comic cover commission, and I gotta admit that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it is a bargain because I'm only now starting up and like doing comic covers for other people, so it's like that sort of like work for exposure type thing where it's
Hmm.
like, you start at what the baseline is and see who bites. And I've got 4 slots left. So, if any comic creators are watching and they want to commission me to do a cover,
Well, there you go. That's the perfect place to do
yeah.
it. And you support the book.
And you support the book. And also you get a physical piece of artwork from it too. I'm not just sending you a digital file. Like I'm going to do the piece traditionally with marker, like how I did the cover for the trade paperback.
Right.
And then, whoever commissions me will get that piece. And if they want to keep it, they can keep it. If they want to try to sell it like on their own Kickstarter or whatever, like, go for it.
Exactly. There you go. There you have it. I find that's actually a really good idea because you have a lot of people that want to hire you. This would be the perfect place to do that at a less expensive price.
Yeah, or with less risk, because I mean, I admire the people who take the risks to pay other people to do variant covers, and then it's like if it happens to be like, kind of not a lot of people are buying it, then it's like, all right, well, I paid someone like $500 for this cover, and I only sold like 6 copies of this, but maybe someone's like really, really into the original piece and they
Yeah.
want to buy the original piece. Like
Exactly.
you can still like recoup some of your money right there.
I know I've seen a couple of places where they actually sell the original art for the covers, as part of the tiers. And I get, to try to like influence people to get it. So, I feel like it's becoming a thing now.
I'm glad it is. I think people should sell more originals because, like, what is it going to do sitting in your own house? Like sell it to someone who loves it.
Exactly. And believe me, there's a lot of people out there that love original art, especially your stuff or my stuff or whoever's stuff.
Yeah, I'm so glad that both of my originals sold. Like the pencil sold and the color cover art sold. So I'm like, yes, I get to get both of them out of my house, and other people get to have them.
That's good because I remember that you had sold the pencils and you were trying to sell the colors. So I'm happy they both went.
I am too.
Oh my God, this book is fantastic. You guys should go check it out. This is the best way to check it out because you get all the issues in one shot. I think people like trade paperbacks, and right, you're getting a bunch of books in one shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place, like if you're new to the story, to just jump in and be like, all right, let me see what that's about. If you don't want to commit to a physical book, I have the digital for $15 for 180 pages. I think that's a bargain.
That is a bargain.
I like to keep my digital stuff like on the lower end because it's like I'm not paying overhead to like manufacture it. I don't want to like price people out of reading my stuff because I
Right.
think that's really obnoxious. Like I want people to read my stories. Like I will charge as low as I possibly can for a digital copy, like just to make sure that people read it. Cuz I grew up broke, so like I didn't have money for comics. I don't want anybody else to have to go through that.
I know exactly where you're coming from. I had to work my butt off to get the books that I got, and I worked hard because I ended up with a huge collection.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely it's an addiction. I'm not even going to say it's a hobby. Like, no, it's an
Oh, it
addiction.
is because I know that I took my lunch money that my parents would give me, and I would go hungry just to go buy comics.
The thing about also running a Kickstarter campaign is that I spend a lot of time on Kickstarter, so then I see other people's comics and I keep telling myself I'm not going to spend money on other comics. I'm not going to spend money on other comics. And I end up backing like I don't know, somewhere between like 10 to 15
Oh
books
yeah,
every time I run a campaign because I'm just seeing so many other awesome things out there.
dude. There's times where I sit there and I'm like, okay, can I find money for this project? Then when I find the money, I'm like, I'm putting it on before I change my mind because
Yeah.
it's found money, and you're like, okay, I think I got this. I know there's times where I've backed something and I'm like, I shouldn't have backed that. but I got the book at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a lot of beautiful, amazing stuff out there. There's so much stuff that I would love to support personally. I find that which is what I tell people as well. When I can't support it, I'll share the hell out of it. Especially if I like something a lot, I'll share the hell out of it because I'm like, oh well, if I can't get it, somebody else should get it.
Yep, and it costs you nothing to share it.
Yeah.
Also, what I like about Kickstarter, I gotta say, is there's just a lot of weird stuff out there.
Yeah.
As in, like, things that you can't walk into a comic shop and see because, comic shops are still very caught up in the mainstream, like, superhero stuff and whatever. And you'll just see some very unconventional story ideas that are just like, you know what? I want to be part of this.
Dude, I find it amazing everything you can find in Kickstarter. Not even just the comics, but the games and all the different things that are in there. Dude, as a D&D guy, I'm constantly being bombarded by oh, you should check this game out or you should check that game. I'm like, there's no possible way I'm gonna get to any of these games.
Or oh my god, the dice. There are some
beautiful.
dice. I'm like, I've had the restraint to not buy any dice off of Kickstarter because I don't play in person as much as I used to because, like, the people I used to play with, they got jobs and they have families now and they can't time to play D&D. So yeah, but there's some amazing dice out there, and also like board games, card games, and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I always want to back the board games, but I'm always afraid of the shipping costs because they do that thing where it's like shipping is charged after the campaign is over, and like people have been hit with like $30 in shipping for like a $25 game.
Yeah.
Like that's not good.
Yeah. The games are my downfall on Kickstarter. I have shelves downstairs of just Kickstarter backed board games.
Some of them are so cool, though.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh, they really are. They really are. And have I played any of them? No. No.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Maybe like 3.
Oh man.
I saw one that was like a cool like cake stacking game one time where like you have cards that are just like cake parts and you just keep stacking your cake, and it was like that's such a good concept. I regret not backing it actually. I should go look them up and buy their game.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then again, it makes it worse for me because I've been finding people and going, I need to have them on the show because I need to see this. And then you get even more things that you want to buy. You're like, no, I bought you on the show, so because I can't get it. Come on.
Yeah, and then you start feeling like a sense of obligation, like, oh man, well, I had them on the show. They told me how wonderful it was. I really want to get it, but I don't have the money or the space. Storing board games takes up a lot of space.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped buying them because it's just no room. No room at all. There goes Pete Vasquez. He's saying that he's going to be at WMCon. And wait, what?
It's a very cryptic puzzle that he sent there.
All right, so is he going to be at WMCon?
Was open something next week for me?
I think it's that MCon was dope. HMCon next week for me. I think.
Oh, there you go.
That's what it looks like.
Solve the puzzle.
Oh, there you go. He said it. MCon was dope. I'll be at SatchCon next week. Thanks for the follow-up, Pete. I can't wait to launch my book on Kickstarter next summer. Yeah, Pete's about to launch his book. We can't wait to have him on and talk about it. Right now, he has a cover with our pal Gage on his book. It says that great wolf cover that Gage made into that nice metal print. So you guys go check out Gage's Kickstarter. And Gage will be here on Wednesday, to talk to hang out with us as we talk to our friends from Nomnivore as they talk about their amazing game, Emberwind, and dinos.
Very excited for that one. That's the one that they advertise as not needing a DM, right?
Exactly. Which is why I'm so excited about it, because I want to play.
Yeah, I'm always the designated DM as well, so it's like I never get to be on the other side of the table.
Here he goes. He says it right here. God Slayer episode 2 is a foil cover, not a metal print. Well, it looks beautiful, no matter what it is.
And it's shiny.
Exactly. That's all us geeks care about.
We're like crows. It's like, is it shiny? Is it
Is it
shiny?
shiny? I like it. Does it go clickety clack?
Even better.
6 days left on the God Slayer Kickstarter, which is another reason why Gage will be here with us on Wednesday. And of course, Gage is also a great he likes his Dungeons and Dragons and role playing. So he wanted to come and check out Emberwind. Sorcier, if you're not I know it's late. If you're not busy, you can show up too if you want. We like talking gaming, and you're pretty good at it too.
Aw, thanks. I'll keep you posted. I might be sleeping though if it's Wednesday.
Believe me, if I wasn't doing that, I'd probably be sleeping. We changed the show from 11:30 to 10:30 because we were all by 11:30 going, what's going on?
Yeah, I have a strict bedtime. I try to go to sleep usually around 11 because I have insomnia. So if I don't keep a very strict schedule, it all just goes to hell. Like I'll just never sleep.
Same thing here. I've realized because I've been working on a bunch of different things that I've been falling asleep around 10 to 11 o'clock. And I'm like, I need to keep that because if I don't fall asleep around that time, I end up going to sleep like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, and then it takes weeks to try to like reset and fix it.
It does completely. I understand what you're saying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I think all of us here are insomniacs, and if we let our vices get to us, we'll stay up all night.
And then be zombies forever.
Exactly.
Coffee field zombies.
Dude. I gotta say though, like, are you working on anything else other than your books? Because I know that you have the passion for your books. Have you gotten any other projects outside of yourself?
Not as of yet. I've had people like run ideas by me, and I'm like, hey, that's really cool. And then they're like, all right, well, I'll reach out to you in a few months, and I'm like, we'll see about that.
So let's say somebody wants to do a project with you, right? Where are you now at your page rate?
Pretty much, it depends on the style actually, because I have a lot of different drawing styles. So if they wanted something like super detailed, like Sacrimony, it would be like $2.50 a page. If they wanted something more along the lines of Buddy and Friend, where it's like a lot simpler, I'd say like $1.50. And that's with me doing all of like the penciling, inking, and coloring.
So they're getting a whole troop in one.
Yeah, they're getting an entire creative team in like one sleep deprived package.
I gotta admit, I love our pal here, Buddy and Friend. I love the art. It's a great style. It reminds me of the penny arcades. You remember them?
Oh yes.
The comic strips. Oh my god, I used to love those things.
Oh wait, like penny arcade, or like something before penny arcade?
Possibly it could be both.
Okay.
Because I love those little comic strips, and they were always based on gaming and
Penny Arcade.
D&D, yeah.
Penny Arcade was one of like the OG webcomics.
Yeah. They were webcomics before they were webcomics.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were webcomics in person. They give you the strip so you can take it away with you. Oh my god. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Penny Arcade. I think they stopped a while ago, right?
I have no idea. I haven't kept up with it in a while. You know, the thing is, when you start making your own comics, you stop keeping up with other people's. It's a whole thing.
Well,
I just remember Bazooka Joe used to come with a little comic strip.
Yeah, you get it.
Another one that was cool. Yeah.
Those
Bazooka
were
Joe was
fun.
always cool. And you get the gum and you get a comic strip, and you're like,
Yeah, you'd eat the gum and you're like, this isn't even all that great, but man, I love the comic strip.
Exactly.
Like, I remember the gum was like super.
It was like a little brick. It was like a little brick. It wasn't even good.
You hurt your jaw. You're like,
Yeah, and it tasted really chalky, but you got that comic strip, and that's what counted.
Exactly.
It was like 3 little bricks stuck together.
Exactly. Am I supposed to break this apart?
My jaw hurts just remembering that. Wow.
Yeah. I know me and Russ are working on something with Phil, and I know it should be coming up soonish. Because we did a little contest with Phil, and he liked what we had, and he wants to put us into one of his what do you call it? Books with many things in it.
Anthology?
There you go. Sometimes I just forget words.
It's a big word.
Anthology. No, it's just that every once in a while I'll remember the definition of a word, but I won't remember the word. And I'm like, that's just me being me.
Yeah, and then like the next week when you don't need the word, suddenly it comes to you. You're like,
Always
oh,
stays in your
apology,
head.
that was it.
Always stays in your head. You're like, and then I'm also working on Russ on Hugbert because Russ did a cover for me, and he did. I love it. It's beautiful. I can't wait. And I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna hit you up, Russ, to see how much it'll cost to make it into a pin.
Yes. Well, we'll work on that. It's I can get some numbers for you.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, if I can get the comic out now, maybe I can start getting things rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my teddy bear superhero with our friend Shadow Rabbit made back there. He's just fantastic. I love him. Oh, I got to see Shadow at MCon this weekend, so it was a lot of fun to hang out at MCon. MCon was a great convention. Tony and Nat, what did you guys think?
I had fun. I had a good time. I had most fun hanging out with you guys, man. We were cracking up, making jokes.
It was great to see the guys. It was like getting the band together again.
You're basically talking about when we went to go get pizza.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Makes everything better.
Yeah.
I'm a Ninja Turtle, so pizza is my payment of choice.
It's good payment.
People always like, Ralph, I want to help. I need somebody to help me move. I'm like, give me some pizza.
Well, that's standard, man. Pizza and beer, man.
Yep.
Actually move pizza and beer. So.
And like, Ralph, my friend's always like, Ralph, you're easy. I'm like, just give me the pizza. I don't care about the easy.
Yeah, like don't judge me. Just give me the damn pizza.
So Ralph, you said you're a Ninja Turtle. Which Ninja Turtle are you?
I think it's pretty obvious.
It's
You never
literally
know.
in
I
his
mean,
name.
it's like you gotta ask because
I have to admit, I have a couple of Raphaels who their favorite Ninja Turtle is not Ralph, and I'm always like, what?
Okay, all right.
But I like Ralph. I don't have the same attitude that Ralph has, but unless people get me angry, and that's a whole other Ralph. But also, what are your guys' favorite turtles? I know everybody has to have a favorite turtle here.
Raphael, because I like the comics. Well, all of them used to have the red headbands. He kept his, so I just think well, he got the right color. You guys are wrong. No, Ninja gonna be wearing light purple. Get out of here. But then Naruto came out, and anybody's a ninja now, so it doesn't matter. like anybody can be a ninja. So.
Naruto.
No, I liked him in the comics. He was tough, and in the cartoon, he was like the jokey kind. So
he was the sarcastic one. I appreciated that about him. Yeah, like
exactly.
My favorite turtle, when I was younger, I think it was a toss-up between Michelangelo and Donatello. But now, as I've gotten older and more angrier and more sarcastic, it's Raphael. I relate.
I gotta admit, I was an angry teen, so I guess it kind of fit into who I was when I was a teen. And it's funny because I both me and Tony, I know we came in with the turtles in our youth, so. I'm not sure if Russ and Sorcier are there too.
Wait, what?
I was with the turtles when I was a kid, so.
Oh yeah, no, the cartoon. I remember being like around like 4 or 5 or something when I started watching the cartoon. Like I was a child of the 80s, so yeah.
Yeah,
I had a feeling.
I grew up with the cartoon as well.
All right, so 4 out of 5 people.
Yep.
I read the comic, and then when I watched the cartoon, it was like, what the? That cartoon, it took a while to get used to that cartoon.
I have to admit, I was first introduced to the turtle.
It was
the black and white comic, and when I finally saw the turtles on TV, I was like,
big culture shock, man.
What?
I was the opposite, where I got introduced with the cartoon, and then I years later, I was like, oh, it's a comic, and then I was like, why are all their bandanas the same color? This is really stupid.
Oh, look, it's Hagar. Hagar's Horrible there. On his YouTube account, which you guys go check out. Hagar's Horrible. The best turtle is the last Ronin. Well, he has to get there first.
Oh. Well, like they're all dead except for him. So
The best version of the Turtles is one from the early 2000s, the Fox box version.
No,
Oh man,
no,
I remember the
2000
movies now. The
the
movies were
2000
interesting.
version cartoon was good. It was well, I think Lear said like everything that they wanted to do with the Turtles, they managed to do with that show. That show was good. That show was good. So I don't know.
The movies are good.
There's a nostalgia about the old show. You know, the song and everything. There's still, there's a nostalgia about it. You know.
I gotta admit, when the new Turtles was out, not this new, not the one of them in the future, but the one that just passed before this, and they did the team up with the old Turtles. I had a lot of fun with seeing the cartoon versions in 3D, seeing the 3D versions in cartoon. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Sorcier. Those movies were fantastic. I saw them so many times as a kid. So
Yeah, I mean,
first
if you
movie
look
was
at it
great.
now, the costumes and stuff actually hold up really well. Like they still look better than some of the CGI stuff today.
definitely. I
That
think
first movie was a classic, man. That
Yeah.
first movie, it was like yeah.
yeah.
It was
I do.
it's probably the closest to the comic than anything else has been, any other adaptation. It was really good.
I feel like we need to go back to costumes and props and
Yeah.
doing all the CGI shit.
Yeah, I think Jim Henson Company was responsible for the
Yeah.
costumes, right?
Yeah.
Because they were responsible for everything like costume and puppet related, and like they just did a really great job.
I see we're at the hour mark. Wow, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, seriously. I thought it was like 15 minutes. I was
All
like,
right,
no,
that's
we-
what I thought. Yeah, I feel like we covered all that in a little bit of time. I looked at the time, and time goes, hey, it's an hour, Ralph. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to leave early. I guess not.
I was gonna say, I think Russ got so involved. He was like,
That's all right.
hey, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So Russ, let them know where they can
Hour,
find you and
that's
all the
because
good
you
stuff.
delayed. And over an hour, that's because you delayed. Turtle power.
Go ahead, Russ. Let them know all the good stuff, where they can find you, what you're gonna be up to. I know you got a couple of cons coming up.
Yeah, so it's Game of Toons. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Game of Toons. Next con is actually Cradle Con. So that is mid-May. I don't remember the exact dates. But yeah, at the Cradle Aviation Museum.
We love that convention. CradleCon is fantastic. If you guys get a chance to go check it out, it's a freaking con in a museum, dude. and
Awesome.
the stuff they have in that museum is fantastic. Besides the convention itself, so you get a double whammy there. And there goes Russ's Game of Toons page right there. Instagram is the big one of choice here because he does the bloop battles and everything there. But he's also on Facebook, so go find Game of Toons. It's easy to find.
Spell it Toons, not Tunes.
There you have it.
Did we lose Ralph? Uh-oh.
There we go. So why don't we just start off with where people can find you two above me?
Me? What?
Either
Sorcier.
one of you two.
Oh, I thought we were still on Russ, so
Did we finish your...
At Game of Toons, Instagram.
perfect.
Yeah, done.
And you, milady?
All right. Well, I am M. Sorcier. You can find me at Matta Sorcier, MattaSorcier on Twitter, and I guess sometimes I'm on Instagram, but not a whole lot. You can find my comic book at sacrimony.com/Kickstarter. Like, please back it. I put a lot of work into it. I would love for people to read it. Like, please read my book.
Is Ralph back? It's hard to
think
tell.
he is.
Muted. I think he's muted.
I think he
Ralph,
did that.
yeah, he's muted.
Okay, Tony, what
I
are
don't
you?
know
gonna
why
do?
the mute happened. That doesn't even make any sense. But okay, I was. It's a beautiful book. Go check it out. It's amazing. Do yourself a favor. And like we like to say here, if you can't support it right now, share it. Share the hell out of this thing. Show it off to your friends, your neighbors.
There's just 4 hours
We got 4
left.
hours to go now, so come on, let's get this somewhere. Let's get it to 4,000 at least. We can do
Yeah,
that.
let's
4
get
hours.
that bonus sticker, guys. Come on.
Exactly. It's only $25 an hour. Come on. All right, Tony, go for it.
What I got? I uploaded my MCon pictures to Facebook yesterday. It ate my post, so I'm gonna try again tomorrow. So I just a few pictures and a little write up of everything I did Saturday. So it'll be fun. And that's what I got coming up.
All right. Hagar over here, before I go to Nat, says Murder Bukake and Grandma Chainsaw end this week. Also, he's reminding us Right or Wrong and Jane American start soon. Yes, Dirk Manning will be on the show, I think, the day after his Kickstarter starts. If you guys are looking for a good book on script writing and comic books and on the business itself, Right or Wrong is a good book to get. It's an amazing book. Dirk does a great job with it. I find it's one of the best books I've had on the actual script writing process of comics, other than the script writing itself, the whole package. And Hagar also says, then in 2 weeks or so, Bad Girl and Gaslighter 6 ends. And Hagar's not even here and got all the stuff. Nat?
Yes.
I'm happy we're not on radio because that's a lot of dare.
Hey, you just said my name. I responded. That's it.
Well, you know what you're supposed to do. I don't need to tell you.
What you want me to do? We've already said that they need to come back on Wednesday for the next show.
Yeah, I forget that you like Nomnivore and the rest of the guys. Oh, look who we have here. It's Andrew
Ah.
Rodriguez. Hey, Andrew,
Hey,
how
Andy.
you doing? He
Hello.
has amazing art. Go check Andrew out. Go commission him. You know, he does fantastic job. I'm still working on commissioning him for my Vampire the Masquerade, because when I did the game, I had this beautiful Omega City that I've been trying to see it done in person. And I know Andrew can do it justice.
He does
just waiting to
really
get the
good
money.
maps. Hire him for your maps. His maps are
Exactly.
amazing.
His art's great. His maps are fantastic. I'm just waiting to get enough money together so I can actually hire him. Oh man, I think that's everything. Are we forgetting something? Oh,
Peaches,
forgot.
peaches.
Peaches. Def Shogun is his book Cataclysm comes out in the beginning of May. Also, Tragedy starts the third week of May. So go sign up to get notified. It's important to do that on any Kickstarter because it actually helps out with the algorithm when the Kickstarter starts. It also shows that there's many people interested in the book beforehand, which helps the book out considerably. If you see any time that somebody's asking you to notify so that you know when the book comes out, please do it. It doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is go click the button and they get notified, and that actually helps out the creators.
Yeah, even if you don't plan on backing, like hitting the notify me button is super important because, like you said, it'll just show that there's interest. It'll make Kickstarter also take notice of the project. And then it helps them promote it more too because they're like, hey, this is something people want.
Exactly. You know, I know people always look at it like notify. What the hell am I going to do that for? It really helps out way more. It's more important than you think it is. It's more important than anybody knows it is.
It's probably more important than the actual launch itself, just to gain interest in the first place.
Exactly. And you're right. I know Kickstarter. That's why some project starts off with the label of projects we love.
Yep. I never get to start out with it. I have to earn it like 2 or 3 days after the campaign. But like, I'm happy to have gotten it on every single Sacrimony campaign, which is there's been 7 campaigns, 7-time project we love, which is like they noticed me.
Oh man. Also, Gage the Wolf will be here on Wednesday talking more about his Godslayer book. Go check that out. I'm telling you, Pete's cover is amazing. The foil cover looks beautiful. You have to really see it. And I think we also have somebody else on Wednesday that's going to be here. Oh, how can I forget? Derek is going to be here on Wednesday. He's going to be talking about his new book, and at the same time, he's going to be at Fanfare this weekend, which is this weekend. When I figured I should tell you guys, go check out Fanfare. Fanfare is done by the High School of Art and Design. It's a good thing to support. It's a good thing to go check them out, especially because a lot of the students are the ones showing their stuff at the convention itself. And if you want to support the future, then that's the best place to go. Yeah. And you'll have more information from us on Wednesday as we talk to Derek. Yes, Nat. Derek will be here on Wednesday.
No, Castle Point.
Oh, that's right. Castle Point is this weekend as well. That's right. This weekend is busy. We're probably going to end up being
different cons.
We're probably going to be at both Castle Point and Fanfare this weekend, from the looks of it. It's going to be a tiring, busy weekend.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. It definitely is. Anytime
Just
we
imagine if we were able.
Dude, if we had tables at both, oh my god. I think that's one of the reasons why the Bit and Apple doesn't do as many tables. We've done a couple of them. Russ, how do you do tables? Because that thing is tiring. It's really tiring.
You sit down and you just smell like.
Well, that's the thing. I can't. Yeah, I don't like sitting when I'm interacting with people though. So it's brutal. I need to take at least a day, usually 2 days off of work following it, just so I can rest up.
And also hope that you don't get con crud, because like I did 14 conventions in a row in like 2019, and I was just like I got sick after every single one of them.
Yeah. I've been pretty lucky with that, but I do get tired, very tired.
Exactly. I find that because of COVID, con crud is less, but that's only because there's so many precautions that are taken now.
I appreciate
every
that.
table has the stuff to get the stuff off, whatever they call it.
The sanitizer.
There you go. Sanitizer. I told you I can remember the definition, and the word goes.
That happens.
But I find between the sanitizer and some people still wear masks, it makes it a little easier not to get con crud.
For me, it makes it harder for me to understand what people are saying, because cons are really noisy, and like I have like weird auditory processing issues to begin with. So it's like if I can't see someone's mouth moving, I have no idea what they're saying. It's just like it's like Kenny from South Park. That's all I hear. Is just like.
I completely agree with you. There's times where I'm like, okay, look, I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I gotta talk.
It's not even that I'm hard of hearing. It's just everything just always sounds garbled. So if I don't see people's mouths moving, I have no idea what's going on.
So it's the same thing with you, Sorcier, right? You've done the tables before. It's just like work and a half.
Yeah, especially I had a lot of things to set up because I was doing like buttons, I was doing stickers, I had like dice bags, I had like tote bags, prints and stuff. So it was like I had like this whole setup with like those grids around the table, that I had like a photo backdrop in the back, and it was just, and then I had like 3 of those gigantic bins full of stuff to lug around. It's like, would not do that again. I haven't done cons because I have to figure out like what I really need to bring, and like how to downsize and how to like reasonably bring things with me. So like I think next year I feel confident enough to like start doing cons again. Also, just in terms of like COVID and stuff, I'm still kind of worried about that.
It makes sense, and like I know you like myself, you have to worry about your parents.
Yeah.
Look at them. Oh yeah, Mister. I don't like Luigi. Yeah, just to reiterate, Tony is a big fan of the Mario Brothers and Luigi. He was just having fun with his campaign. Hagar also brings up a good point here before we go off. Next week is Free Comic Book Day on May 6th.
Yeah.
I know we'll probably be at our usual place, which is Royal Collectibles on May 6th, to go hang out and check out Free Comic Book Day from there. Go to your local comic stores on Free Comic Book Day. Have fun with it. Get some free books and buy some comics.
Yeah,
My God, May is next week.
Yeah.
What happened to this whole year? You just broke my brain. I'm like, it's still March, right?
I thought it was still March.
April just didn't exist. I don't know.
Sorcier, what's your local comic store?
I don't actually have one around the area. I think the closest one is the one on like East Tremont for me, and I can't remember the name of it. Like,
so which one do you usually go to?
Oh man, I haven't went into a comic store in the longest time, in all honesty. Like I used to go to St. Mark's because I used to go to school around the area, so it was like right there. And then
That's gone. Well,
Oh,
they moved to
yeah,
Brooklyn.
they went to
they're
Brooklyn. Yeah,
yeah,
last I heard.
they were at the convention this weekend. I think they was in charge of the convention.
They had their own convention.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Independent thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, my comic store right now is Kickstarter because I just like backing all of these like weird unconventional stories. Like, if I go into a comic shop, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me get like that Batman or whatever. Like, no, I give me the really weird ideas where like I don't know, like a guy gets metamorphosized into a shoe and then like has to deal with his new shoe life. Like, give me that stuff.
Exactly.
That's just anime and manga.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I grew up mostly on anime and stuff because there's just so many weird ideas. I appreciate it. Like the weirder the idea, the more behind it I am.
That
Well-
time I was reincarnated as a fridge and
There you
teleported to another world.
There you go.
10 out of 10
Good
would
series,
watch.
by the way.
Hagar says his local comic store is states away, so he's not.
Oof.
You're not the only one that has issues with local comic stores. How about you, Russ? Which one do you usually go to?
I don't know.
Valid. Very valid.
Like I haven't been to a comic shop in a while, and I'm still relatively new to the area because I just moved last year. So
Oh, that's right. I forgot you just moved.
yeah, so not entirely sure. I don't know what's exactly around here.
Andrew's also saying convention was decent. Speaking of conventions, pre-COVID, it seems like the filthy Wild West peak blinders era.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, buddy. Like,
He's
cons
right.
used to be gross.
Dude, man, like I'm so happy that it's a little better now. It's not way better, but it's a little better.
Like I hate to say it, but I never went into the gaming rooms at cons because they always the smell.
So
The literal unwashed masses. Like, why are
Yeah.
you being the stereotype? Like, why?
All right, folks, you can tell we're geeking out and having fun, but we should come to an end here and let everybody go and get rest and let my daughter back on the computer. With that, we'll end the show. But of course, we know on this show, when it ends, this happens.
I didn't even get to say what was my local shop. Technically, it's not even local. It's not even in the borough. I go out to Manhattan. Thank you all for watching. Follow, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Where, you'll probably just get more of the same. Hope you enjoy. What?
Oh my God, folks! Always.
What?
That's on Wednesday
What?
for Nomnivore and Ember Wind.